How's it going? This is a chillin' chat. We're gonna listen to music. And we're gonna talk. That's what we're gonna do. What is going on, guys? I see that we have a number of people here hanging out already. We're gonna do something fun. I just thought of it on the spot. So, we're live now. We're gonna talk. And we're gonna go through these tracks. This is not the show. This is just the secondary thing of the chillin' chat. You know? If you guys like the song, say something like, that song is good. If you hate the song, I'll change it. We'll just kind of go through these tracks. So, oh, look at Twisted Gaming. What's up, buddy? You know, I was thinking about you, Twisted Gaming. There's a lot of new people in the arcade one-up space. And Twisted Gaming TV, he was like a wave one arcade one-up YouTuber. We'll see. We'll see what his opinion on that is. But what I'm trying to say is, in 2018, there was a number of people that were making YouTube content about arcade one-up that were interested in arcades, and then this new company came along. I think the very first YouTube video that I watched about arcade one-up was, who was it? Metal Jesus. I can't remember her name. I never remember. She's part of the Metal Jesus crew. Someone in the chat will probably remember. Then a video on Cool Toy. I think. Then Glenn. Then I want to say Twisted Gaming was pretty early. Oh, look at that. Look how nice Twisted Gaming is being. He's like, I like the soothing music. There we go. Yeah, dude. So here's the thing. Like, those of you who haven't checked out Twisted Gaming, you know, he did the exclusive review on Killer Instinct, and I thought you did a really good job on. You did great, man. And it took me back because, you know, again, Ralph. I wasn't even really a Wave One YouTuber on. I mean, I was covering consoles and modding when Arcade 1-Up came out, and then, you know, then Arcade 1-Up came out by the time Pac-Man was out. So December 2018 is when I started making content for Arcade 1-Up. But, you know, we were all, you know, kind of grinding, I guess, and Twisted Gaming was a part of the crew. And also, who's that? Toy Room. Toy Room was the other one. It was like, I was making content, Toy Room's making content, Ralph's making content, Cool Toy, and Twisted Gaming. That was it. I'm probably missing out someone, but among the YouTubers that have continued to grow to get 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4, 5, 6, or Cool Toy and Retro Ralph having like 30, 40,000 subs, early on, that was it. And then I want to say, P-Dubs may have been the first person who was watching all of the content from the early adopters and was like, I could do that. And then he got into doing YouTube. Anyway, so what's great about Twisted Gaming's review of Killer Instinct, I think he got the cabinet and he knew the responsibility was on his shoulders to cover all the details, and he did a really great job. I really appreciated all the attention to detail that he did in the review. It was like a very complete review. RGT doesn't count. He doesn't count. RGT doesn't count. Like, you don't get it, Michael. You just don't get it. So RGT is a full-time YouTuber. Do I have to explain this? He's look. So check this out. If you go to any, what is this music anyway? All right, you guys like the cool jams? You are listening to the cool jams on Console Kits. Anyway, so RGT85, he makes so much content in general. He's like this general retro gaming YouTuber that if he ever wants to make content on Arcade 1-Up, he does. And then, what the heck is this? He just crushes it, you know? He's the only one that can just, like, snap his fingers and say Arcade 1-Up, and it's like 100,000 views. Oh, you want another video about Arcade 1-Up? 100,000 views. You know? I can't snap my fingers and get 100,000 views. Neither can Michael B, to be fair. There we go. Dentist office music. Okay, anyway. So Twisted Metal, honestly, I thought he was going to be a jerk in his review, and he wasn't. What I mean is I thought he was going to take this very purist approach and just dog on all the features, but he didn't. And the why I think it was somewhat of an unbiased opinion, or it almost wasn't even really, he did express his opinion, but it was like he broke down each feature and said, this is the quality level, essentially. This was my expectation. Now, then he would have empathy for the audience. Empathy for the audience is extremely important, I think. It's one of the qualities that I look for in other good... yeah, this is music. Your call is very important to us. Please stand by for the next available operator. Yeah, okay. Let's go to the next song then, see what we get out of it. Let's see. This song is called Good Morning Sun. Let's go to Twin Peaks. See what this sounds like. Anyway, his Twisted Gaming review was very good because it empathy for the audience. So he would say phrases like, you know, if you're interested in this, or, you know, I recommend that you know, do this or do that, change the buttons, things like that. So he would kind of express things in terms of the audience that they're gonna watch it, and I appreciated that. So he was kind of like very open to other views on this cabinet. It was good. It was really good. What did you guys think? Please let me know if you can, or you can source the authentic Arcade 1-Up illuminated marquees. What I found was like this. Now, again, the Marvel Superheroes cabinet, this particular one that I have, I think the marquee of those generations, it's like that third generation, like the Star Wars, Marvel Superheroes, were really good. You could go get better artwork aftermarket, but it really they did pretty good. Like if you look at for example, the Star Wars, the very top of it is all black, right? And then the bottom of it's all black. And it's kind of like a 7 out of 10, I want to say. Like, you could make this marquee better, and you could make this marquee better, but they're like 7 out of 10. It's like pretty good. And in the show, earlier in the show, we were talking about that. What I showed, let's see if I can pull it up real quick, with the marquee for like, right here. This is not 7 out of 10. This is like 3 out of 10. Like, my sister came up and played it. She didn't say anything, but all I was thinking was she's going to look up and be like, any second now, she's going to be like, what's up with the marquee? Did they go for that, like, dirty vibe or something? Yeah, anyway. So, the other one was, like, the AtGames Legends Ultimate was an interesting one. They had a piece of wood, and then the light only eliminates where their logo is. Now, their intention was to kind of, like, you know, spotlight their Legends Ultimate logo. But I think that pattern or the mechanic of that could work really well with other Arcade 1-Up cabinets. But, you know, the class of 1981, I guess that would mean they would have to do something very, very special. But maybe even the manufacturer, right? Like, the way they print it, I don't know. I just feel like it's... also, like, when you look at the Defender, like I talked about before, the print job on this one just looks way poorer quality. I think it's right around here, where you can see all the print lines in it. right there. And that's not hard to see. Like, your eyes will see that pretty easily. But I don't know. The Defender one is an interesting one. Because overall, I do like how bright and orange and yellow, that marquee does pop. So I think they did. It's better than the class of 1981 is the sad part. Is like this Defender marquee. Although not perfect, it's better than this. Because look at the Defender. It has all this black. It has all this black. And then it's like so bright and brilliant right here. It just has a little bit of the you can see where it's printed. And this just, it's not as good. Anyway, if you're getting hung up over the the marquee, there's other things definitely to get hung up over. Anyway, let's look at the chat. See what you guys think. Family simulator music. Is this a bad idea? The music thing, the background music. I can turn it off if it annoys you guys. Just let me know. Or I can completely switch to a different type of music. Let's see. How about some Metal Church or Death Angel? Okay. Any news on CES 2022 in Vegas? I don't know any information. I heard that II Arcade is going to be at CES 2022. But, with things that have been developing recently, I'm not going to say certain keywords that potentially could, make this video get kind of shadow banned. I really hope that, things are positive for travel and things like that. But we'll got to play it by ear, I guess, right? You say Arcade Game Factory makes the best arcade one-up marquees. Let me check that out. Arcade Game Factory. That's what's interesting is 2022 we may see these third-party companies come back. Like, I know a lot of them have struggled with stuff. I don't think I've ever bought from these guys. Let's check out this Pac-Man. That looks good. That definitely looks good in the picture. Yeah. That's not bad. They have a good Street Fighter shirt too. Defender shirt, $20. Whew. Okay. Let's see. I wonder if they have the class of 1980, the 1981 marquee. Okay, here's their Marvel. Ooh. Look at that. The artwork is a little more in. I really like their comparison. That's smart. That's really helpful. Shadow elimination. What is this kit? Okay, I'll have to check that out. Hey, thanks for the tip. I have never bought anything from them. Twisted Arcade 1-Up review was great. RGT85 Simpsons review, not so much. Oh, that's a good point. I never thought about comparing Twisted Metal. His review to Twisted Metal was very thorough. Very thorough. RGT85 wasn't bad. He makes decent content, I think. But I think RGT85, he knew he had the exclusive, and he wanted to make sure that he did a good job. Like he checked everyone's boxes. You're interested in this, you're interested in that. I love how he said, now this his first review has nothing to do with the online gameplay. I think there's a couple reasons behind that. Like, he's going to need to be able to play with other people that also have the cabinet to demo it. I think he could probably play with John, because John has the kit, or maybe Rev, who I think actually has the kit as well. Put your quarters on the glass. So we might be seeing some more. Put your quarters on the glass. What do you guys think of that, YouTuber? He's kind of new in our space. Honestly, I hated the guy when I first saw him do the review of the what was it? The Big Blue. I was like, man, this guy with his profanity was just next level, but he's kind of tamed that a little bit. And I started really enjoying his commentary. and some of the content that he's creating with the other people. So we reached out. We're chatting recently. We're gonna collab on some stuff. So that's exciting. Let's see. Paul says it would help. What is this music? Seriously. Okay, hold on a second. Let's go to something else. How about this? A little better. It helps to own the original arcade cabinet to really compare and contrast the gameplay. Yeah, that's a good point. I think that made the content really interesting for sure, the comparison. And you know what's interesting is there's another thing about some content creators that I really like. I'll listen to content creators in the car. So say like I have a set of videos like on a queue that I wanna like watch. And I run an errand or something like that. I gotta take a drive. It's gonna be 30 minutes or whatever. And I'll just listen. And that's one that, my phone was off. It was just audio only. And I just listened to the KI review. And that was actually a really good review to just listen to. And then I watched it again later with video. And also 19K Fox's podcast. Just now, I was in the chat a little bit. But my wife was like, you got to clean your office, all this stuff we got coming next week. So I was like, okay, what am I going to do? So I listened to his podcast and didn't physically watch it. And he's really good, like as an audio only. Like audio only is really important. Because if you think about it, if I had no video right now, you could still hear me and maybe you'd stick around. But if there was no audio and there was only video, how... Yeah, video only. Like, video is important, but audio is so much more important, in my opinion. So what you say, what you talk about, if it's interesting, because people may not be looking at the screen, and if you can still capture their attention and keep things interesting, then you're creating decent content. Okay, so let's see. Let's switch over here. So what do you know about the latest cabs and their SD card slot, HDMI ports, and Wi-Fi? What are they planning for 2022 with these options? Let me read that again, but phrase it a little bit differently. In 2022, Arcade 1UP plans to come out with their latest cabinets with new features. They will all come with SD card slots. Some of them may even have HDMI ports. Many of them will have Wi-Fi. That's what they're planning for 2022. I just reread his message. Yeah, I think HDMI ports, especially with, fighting online, the ability to easily connect HDMI to those cabinets so content creators can just like explode the accessibility for anybody to do HDMI out, plug that into your computer, and stream it to social media. That is the smartest thing Arcade 1UP could do. Because it's just like anyone in this chat can basically become a content creator using simple equipment. And I think increasing that accessibility to be able to interact with other people in different ways, even if it's just people that are like Rev or myself or other people in the community, that's one thing. But making it even more accessible to more people, and then you could do tournaments, and I don't know. There's so many things you could do that would be interesting. So that's HDMI ports, Wi-Fi, just more of what we've seen. Online connected cabinets. That's obviously going to be a high priority for Arcade 1UP. They started that in 2020, 2021. A lot of cabinets are online. A lot of them, even Pac-Man has high score, right? So it's kind of becoming ubiquitous, or like it's like their stock almost. We'll see. I think the legacy will be we'll see. I mean, a lot of people are wanting the countercades to be online, and I don't know any information about that, but I could see the value, and a lot of people keep on saying it. So yeah, the new Galaga Class 81s are really bad. So I have been highlighting and informing people about the marquee. That's basically the bad thing I can find. I'll try to do a more traditional review later. But so far, like, I really enjoy it. That's just the one downside. But I definitely wanted to, like, if you're hesitant to buy it, if the marquee might bother you, because it could be a hit or miss. I think it's possible that you pick up a Class of 1981 and your marquee won't be as bad, because I think it's dependent on, like, the print, that the actual print. yours may look different than the next person. So they're not consistent with their quality with this new supplier or whatever supplier they're using. He says the Street Fighter versus X-Men marquee is nice. See, that was that early 3rd generation. Must have been their supplier. I love the borderless marquee. Yeah. Marvel MVC is least favorite of my... Okay. Let's see. When you can't play the games because part of the cab distracts you. Yeah. I think it's just kind of like an annoying thing. Like, I'm sitting there playing Pac-Man and Galaga. I'm not staring at the marquee. Like, I don't think it really affects the gameplay if we're telling the whole story. It's just kind of like we buy these arcade cabinets for various reasons, right? A lot of people buy them, and they want it to look really good in their game room, and it's going to be looked at. Like, people walk in, you walk in, it gives you joy. Maybe you're not even playing them a lot, but you want kind of things to look really nice. And then some people I know are totally going to mod the light up marquee because it's not a 7 out of 10. It's not decent quality. And that's sad. It should be at least decent. Now, if you want like 10 out of 10 and you go to a third party, you know. But again, once you get into the $700, $800, $900, which was basically the summary of the podcast that I gave tonight, that's so important, I think, as the price increases, because I really don't want to regret. I will be buying a cab in 2022. I'm fairly certain that there's enough leaks that there's this one coming out that I will get. And I just really hope the quality's good. And I say what I'm saying because I'm hoping the word is out there so that when it comes, I'll be happy with the result. Like, the marquee will look good. I think the marquee for me on the Big Blue that I got as well, that one looks good to me. I think some people didn't like it, like it needs to be brighter or something. I didn't see any issue with it. For me, maybe I need to examine it more, but like right away when I assembled the the Class of 1981, I was like, huh, this marquee sucks. Didn't see that coming. I thought we were past all that. Anyway, let's see. Marquee issues and controls have become the standard issue for arcade one-up products in general. Let's see. What leaks? There's tons of leaks, dude. You just gotta look closer. I'm just not allowed to repeat the leaks in fear that the publishers somehow hear about the leaks and then do an SNK and say, no, we're gonna work with a previous employee and build a third-party company that's going to build those games instead. And Arcade 1-Up loses out on the license. Let's see. I'd rather have a Gorf cabinet by itself, not with Tron. Just found your channel and immediately started FOMOing on some cabinets in the last 2 days. James, I appreciate you finding my channel and enjoying it. I'm sorry, as I try hard to not generate FOMO. So if you're still in the chat, I want to let you know, like, hang in there. Like, try not to buy anything that you can't afford. So think about that. If you can afford it, number one thing, don't spend too much money. And maybe, probably the best advice I have for people is, like, sleep on it, right? The last thing you want to do is, you know, an impulse buy. Yeah, but here's this tough thing. If you watch a video from me and then another video and then a video from someone else and another video from someone else, you might just be getting yourself, you know, wanting to buy it. So I apologize for that. And I do deal videos. I'm trying to save you money, because if you're going to buy it, hopefully you save some money. Anyway, so let's see. I'm curious about what arcade Justin is walking and talking about. I don't know what you're talking about, actually. Let's see. I'm talking about all the arcade cabinets that we saw in at Iowa Gaming Classic, Bob. That's what I'm talking about. Look, I don't know anything. Spill the beans. Yes, MK30 is coming. Totally. A-Bert. I think it's Q-Bert. I have no clue. Robotron. I wish I knew. That would be cool. Enough people talk about it. I don't have an NDA. Let's see. Will Arcade 1-Up slay the dragon? Tell us the leaks in another language. Let's see. Track and field. Is this a language you understand? Centipede, right? MK 30th anniversary. And that's at least 3 of them. We got like 20 more to go. So, Pac-Man, Galaga, a better defender, more fighting cabs, and Pac-Man, what's it called? Mania? No. Those are my guesses. Hey, Alan, how's it going, bud? They want to sell all the stock before the leaks. Oh, that makes sense. Oh, that song ended in an abrupt way. Okay, let's go to the suggested tracks. Let's see. Did you miss the 2022 leaks from Justin? Yeah. I think it's on Hulu. That's right. Someone that owns a Big Blue, please get a Hyper Fighting and fight me. Get on Hyper Fighting and fight worse Django. Why do I get the feeling that Arcade 1-Up sealed the deal with Nintendo? They didn't. Dang, I was watching the 3 streams at once and missed the leak. Fill me in. Didn't you? Comstorm made videos on the leaks. Didn't anyone watch them? Centipede, right? Track and field? We did videos on this before, right? Hold on a second. What are you guys talking about? Let's see. Console kits leaks 2022. Look at this. Predictions. I don't make prediction videos, dude. You guys know that, right? Everything in here is real. It's all coming. I've just been telling you. I'm only talking about things that are actually coming. Everything in this video is real. It's designed to sound like a prediction. You guys know that, right? I've always done that. This is members only, right? Okay. If it's 2 a.m., then you're tempted to buy. Then don't go to bed. Very good. That was Patrick. I was reading Patrick Casey. Okay. Since I started collecting cabs, my mom has started playing around. Oh, really? Playing arcades too. Her favorite was Pac-Man, Paperboy, Simpsons, bowling. My mom came over. We played Pac-Man. It was about a year or 2 ago. It was a good time. It was a really good time. My dad was playing Star Wars like, whoo, he loved that. He loves Flight Simulator games. I need to have my dad over because he hasn't played the new Flight Simulator on the Xbox Game Pass. Yeah. Is there any way to add games to the next in the near future that uses a flight stick like Zaxxon to the existing cab like Tron? There's people in the community, a few people, basically Mystery Encoder totally knows how to do it. I don't think he wants to release it because he has a very strict view of like piracy. Like he released some stuff where you could like sideload different pinball tables, like combining the firmware that Arcade 1-Up has. I think that same technology would totally work on a lot of the cabs. Just everyone knows Arcade 1-Up's business is selling cabinets, and I don't think anyone wants to release a way to sideload the games on there. We know them already. Yeah, you know them already. So Smash TV, Robotron, Berserk, Dragon's Lair, Track and Field, Centipede. There you go. He's missing 3, but yeah, he's got it. Online for all arcade companies moving forward is what I'm looking forward to in 2022. There you go. New Pac-Man Wi-Fi. Well, you got the class of 1981. That one's that's Wi-Fi. But you want Mr. Pac-Man, right? You want the Pac. I'm guessing we'll eventually get another Atari Midway, Capcom Legacy in different skins. Yeah, I wonder about that because, see, we said we didn't like the wings. So will they go back to the drawing board and will there be like a Gen 2 of the Legacy? And would the Gen 2 have, for example, would it have coin doors, right? Like real ones, not just the stickers. I haven't put together my Tempest yet. You guys know, maybe you watched earlier and found out I hurt my foot, so it's limiting, and that's why I'm kind of doing more live streams and less produced content. Just usually when I do produce content, it involves editing, and anyway, it's a whole thing. Filming, and basically every piece of content involved me standing up that I had planned out for the next 2 or 3 weeks, and standing is difficult for me right now. Anyway, where was I going with that? Yeah, so I'm doing these live streams, whatever, and I haven't assembled my Tempest yet, is what I was saying. And so my Tempest, that one has the sticker, and I do hope that Arcade 1-Up does come up with an upgrade kit for the older cabinets. I probably would buy that if there was a very simple, easy, put in the coin door mold. That would be cool. I'd put it on my Tempest, I think, and then wire it up, light up buttons on the front, and then make it so that can actually act as a insert coin. Here's the question that I have: if you made the light up coin door buttons work, would you disable the buttons on the top from being able to be coins? And should Arcade 1-Up map those separately? And so if these newer cabinets end up coming out with fully working coin doors, would do you think the UI would be updated that says, like, to add a coin you have to, bend over and press the button, reach down and press the button? Or would they make it where on the top you can press the button there as well out of, like, convenience? That's an interesting, like, if I worked at Arcade 1-Up, like in their product department, that I would hope they're debating that. That'd be fun. Be like, does it need to be press the button from both directions? It's like a user experience thing. I think I would vote for you gotta press the coin button on the front of the cabinet. Like, that's how you do it. I think that's how I would do it. Free up those buttons on the top to do something else. Zaxxon's possibility. Pac-Mania was alluded to years ago during the merch shooting. Let's see. Thank you again, Chris. Not sure what you're drinking, but here's another one on me. Thanks, man. Yeah. Appreciate that, man. Let's see. I got a highlight. Here we go. What? If your wife, girlfriend, or mom is going to town slurping on... Wait, what? That, I didn't know... Where's my moderators? I just saw the word question, but by the way, if you have a question, the word question will cause... for me on my side, it'll be highlighted. Almost like a super chat. And that one was highlighted, and I apologize on behalf of my hand touching. Anyway, whatever. This is like Inception. That's right. This is like Inception. This is a show within a show. See, June CES from Jason. He says, Time Crisis and Pole Position. 2023, House of the Dead, Daytona. Which is interesting because I don't know if he's just, like, predicting or if he's just straight up saying, by the way, this is the answer. Because I'd believe you. That sounds super reasonable. That sounds super reasonable, actually. We know Time Crisis has been discussed in the past as something that they totally could do, totally want to do. pole position as well. House of the Dead, yes. Daytona, yes. This isn't a question of whether or not they'll do it. It's when, right? You are still holding back. What is the one you are going to buy that you mentioned? The Pro line. I'm gonna, the closer they get to a real arcade cabinet, taller, bigger, everything better, more expensive, buy that, then don't buy 2 other ones. That's my recommendation. If you planned on buying 2 cabinets in 2022, don't. Buy one, a really big one. I think they're gonna, if the Pro line is real, we talked about the Pro line on 1UP Weekly last year. We thought it was a 2021 thing. Obviously isn't. It's December 5th. It hasn't came out yet. But that cabinet that I think I think they're gonna do, at least it was discussed as something that they wanted to do back in 2020. It's like an attempt to blur the line between home arcade and real arcade. I think it'll still be not original. It won't be old. It won't be CRT. And because it's not a CRT, it'll still be MDF. Maybe it'll be thicker wood. Maybe it doesn't have to be. But side by side to a real one, it's not going to be as heavy. It's going to be not as deep, right? That's the whole dream that we've been talking about on this channel and other channels for years now. And I believe it. I believe it's real. I believe they're going to do it. And I've talked with Paul in the chat. We know that their price ranges they need to get their prices up. He's been doing all this research, which I think is fantastic. About who's there was someone on Reddit that was talking about who's doing the investments for Arcade 1UP, and it's theorized that they're getting pressure, so they need to increase their margins. So to increase their margins, they have to increase their price. But at the same time, there's global shortages. And then to increase the price means you're probably going to actually you're not just increasing the margins, you're increasing royalty shares, right? So this is not like pay a license of a fixed price. It's like they make more, everyone makes more. So if you want to increase the margins, you got to kind of raise the prices really high. And that's what I think we've been seeing. But I don't think their sales are very good. So again, at that certain price, if they make it better, people will buy. And I'm going to buy if they make it better. I'm trying to stay positive here. Still curious in the one. Yeah, okay. I think Galaxian deserves the cab, even if even if it's on the Namco Legacy for Midway. Maybe Robotron, Capcom, maybe Final Fight cab. I do know that when I see Galaxian at the arcade auctions, it looks beautiful. It goes for a pretty good price. It's sought after. Why it's not a first-class citizen among home arcade, I'm not really sure. I mean, Galaxian is the first game in the series. I hope they do not ever come out with Galaxian, because if they do, I have to buy it, even though I have other means to play it, because I don't know why, but my daughter, when she was playing Galaxian on a Pac-Man cabinet or the Galaga cabinet that I had, she just bonded with that game so much. I was like, Galaga's the better one. She's no, Galaxian's the better one. Who am I going to argue with her? How do I argue with her opinion, right? She's always right. It's her opinion. She loves Galaxian. And so I went to an auction last year and I was like, hey, if there was one cab that I would buy, a real cabinet, and bring home, which one would you want? And she said Galaxian. And they had one there. And it went for $550. And I didn't buy it. And I told her that story and I said I was sorry. I was just shocked that it went for that low, and it just happened in front of me, and I didn't know what to do. It was the very first cab that they auctioned off in this big row of retro arcades. I didn't know what to do. I was just in awe. Let's see. Pac-Man. I think Justin is about to start singing and playing guitar. No, this is not a music stream. I'll warn you about that. If I make a thumbnail that says we're going to talk about Arcade 1-Up, I'm not going to play music, all right? Now, if I make a thumbnail that says here's my favorite movie, I may sing Aladdin at the end. A 5-player TMNT cabinet, including Venus, confirmed. You know, this is weird. They messed up. We all know it, right? The TMNT only having 2 games. See, this is their problem. I think it's a struggle that Arcade 1-Up has when they make the cabinets for Nickelodeon. They make the cabinet for Gracie Films or 20th Century Fox for The Simpsons. Man, they do that. The moment they do that and they lock in the games are only for a certain IP. I don't know. Tron, T2. People are going to buy it, but there's going to be a lot of this. Here's the idea that I think. If you give people a reason not to buy, they'll take it. And you got to be like, okay, here's a list of reasons that people won't buy it. It only has 1 game. They wish it had these other games, but it doesn't. Why wouldn't you want to increase the probability of purchasing to a really high number? I don't know. Is that super chat from Twisted Gaming? Appreciate that. Read that earlier. So, Justin, you forgot to mention Manscaped. That's right. My previous video was actually, here we go, Manscaped. That's right. This video is now sponsored by Manscaped, so everybody can thank Donuts for turning this video into a sponsored video. Now, here's what you do. You go to manscaped.com/KITS. That'll automatically enroll you and unlock the deal of 20%. You're going to save 20% on any purchase plus free shipping. And guess what? Manscaped has a light on it. Do you see that in the graphic? It has a light. It's as beautiful as Tron, but it's shining on something else. I use it for shaving this part of my hair. You can really use it for whatever you want, but in a dark room, it's going to guide the way. So manscaped.com/KITS if you want to save 20%. And thank you so much for the sponsors for sponsoring not only the podcast earlier today, but this one ad hoc right now. And this music was beautiful, by the way, for that little advert. It's great. All right, let's swap that out. Okay. Data East and Taito Legacies. We need this bad. Especially if they pick games that have a unique control that help us have a variety. A variety is what we need. Is Unico releasing a new MVSX Capcom versus SNK 2? Let me shake my what are they called? The 8-ball? And the answer is there's no way that's happening. Let's see. Zero Hero Hyper Fighting. Let's go. And a Karate Champ. Oh, that'd be funny if they bring back the Karate Champ skin. That's right. There you go. If iArcade does free online, do you think AtGames should rethink at ArcadeNet? They can't. I don't know how they could do that. I don't think the model will work. That's like saying if the gas station decides to give you free gas. Like, should the other gas station give you free gas? How would they do that? I don't know where they would get the money for that. Like, okay, so the iArcade right now is selling at cost or loss, maybe? And then they're going to make money off of games? Maybe. But iArcade only makes 30% of the sale, right? They're a platform business. So they're like Apple, right? Or the publisher gets 70% of the sale of the game and probably like a 30% revenue platform fee. I could be wrong, but like I can't imagine that's enough to fund the servers. It would have to be, they could do it if in their beta test they find nobody uses it. Because online servers, this is not net play. Unless they do net play. If they do net play, I'm wrong. If they do net play, it can be free because it's a tiny little, I don't know, $300 a month server to run, you know, whatever, a server so other people can talk to each other, and then it's peer-to-peer, right? But if it's actually an emulator in the cloud, and every time even one person goes to spin it up and no one enters it, your cost, you just spun up a server in the cloud that someone's got to pay for, because Amazon's not giving that away. So Amazon is in the server business. Almost every Netflix, Disney Plus, like everyone, Hulu, they all use Amazon. They're one of the most popular. Alan's probably in the chat. He knows what I'm talking about. They're the biggest CDN and server compute servers out there. And then also Paperspace is really popular for GPU based server, you know, things that need video. So it's probably Paperspace, and they charge by the hour, and they can give you a mass discount, but it's still like dollars per hour. It's not free, so that money's got to come from somewhere. I don't know how ArcadeNet could get cheaper. Well, they went to a subscription model, right? So they're trying to cover all that cost with the yes, but I don't think they'll do it. They need to keep doing unique cab shades. Big Blue, Atari Legacy, Tron, less cookie cutter cabs. Brad knows what he's talking about. This is so true. We need uniqueness, unique shapes. Diversity really is, I think, a good word for it. Diverse set of cabinets, diverse set of games, diverse set of control panels. You don't want 10 Pac-Mans. You don't want 10 Street Fighters. You want higher quality, and you want a variety of controls. If they're going to try to resell back to us again, those of us that have already bought 10 cabinets, and we're like, oh, why did I buy 3 beat-em-ups? You know, why did I buy... Give us more diversity, give us higher quality, and maybe we'll sell to the second market of people that are trying to get them really cheap, you know, and we took the loss. Like, you know, we had it for a year or two, and it just served its purpose, you know, and then we upgrade. I was going to say you need to be on your feet for editing. What? No, so when I edit, I do it in a chair, and I it's complicated, hobby hands. I need to ice my feet is what I'm saying. So, like right now, it's weird. This spot right here, the chair that I'm using and the way I have my leg crossed right now. I was about to show you my broken foot. It looks like it's in a little brace. It's comfortable, actually. But I can't make, like, anyway, whatever. I can't stand up to film. Whatever. Hey, Justin, are you thinking about getting Manscaped? What's your opinion? We're back to that again. I gave you my opinion. It is a unique, distinct device that you can use. I think it's a cool idea that the company came out with. That it's like you can order it online, and yeah, they have other different products that you may enjoy as well. We need to collaborate with 19K Fox, April Winter Sun, To Die For, and Nostalgia to create a new arcade cabinet company. Good luck. I don't have $50 million to fund that. Let's see. Only 2 or 3. Just got my butt kicked in hyper fighting. There you go. Do the projector arcades. They're not even canon. You guys know that, right? Projector arcades are not canon. So do the projector arcade control decks require the base unit, or they have HDMI ready? Arcade One Up would need to have a whole market for the control deck and a pedestal. Bring your own TV setup. I don't have one, but I do believe that the projector is standard HDMI in, and the control deck is HDMI out. And when they go on sale for $50, maybe I'll pick them up. Let's see. Can't see Arcade One Up mixing game licenses on the same CAD. Midway and Sega are on different cabinets. Yeah, that is true. When it comes to, like, they've done it a few times. You know, like the X-Men had cross publisher, and so they've made that happen. But when it comes to you know, the thing that I kind of wish we could get is like a beat 'em up cabinet. Like I only want one with this control layout. If I ever got a 4-player cabinet again, it would be like a 4-player Legacy, I hope, because I don't know what it is, man. I just don't like the shape of a 4-player cabinet along with a whole bunch of 2 players. I sold my 4-player. I got rid of it. I only have 2-player cabinets, and I'm happy with that. Anyway, let's see. More legacies going forward. Let's see. Did the jump thing again. It'll take a second. So Paul says, if they're doing a Centipede Pro line, which I don't think they are, I want to see them using Atari lighted start player 1 and player 2 buttons. Must have authentic controls. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I think that's exactly what was it? Who was saying that? So the volcano buttons, right? They were, yeah, actually -1's right here mentioning it too. I have a few mods where I used the Atari volcano lighted buttons, the Asteroids Partycade and the Dig Dug Countercade. Where did you get the volcano buttons? Because I was do the -1, do the, and if I'm way up in the chat, and I don't even know if he's hearing this, right? Like, is he still here? But I'm looking for Nintendo volcano buttons, the ones that are on the play choice, because I have 2 play choices. One that's fully, it's fully, what do you call it? Restored, and then another one that's not restored, and it doesn't have any of the Nintendo buttons, the ones at the top, the little credit and menu buttons. I think they're called volcano buttons. Where you guys are talking about getting these Atari volcano lighted buttons, I wonder if they're compatible. And that's the problem. Like, you can get those Nintendo ones on eBay, but they're like expensive. I can't remember what it was. It was something like, I saw an auction, it was like $30. I was like, oh my god, he's got like 7 of them. And it was like, no, each. I was like, geez, this is gonna cost me like $200 to be able to like restore all those buttons. It may have been more. I can't remember exactly. Anyway, so going back to Paul, we've seen pictures of the Centipede, and it looks very authentic. But I'm hoping that one's in that $5.99, maybe even, I don't know, could it be the $4.50? Hopefully $4.50, but I don't think it's their Pro line. I don't think so. Let's see. Yep, that was good. Centipede is favorite. I hope. All right. Okay. Yeah, clone buttons. Your balls will thank you. Okay. Let's see. Let's see. There's no moderators in here? What is going on? Yeah. I'm going to have to jump down. All right, so I'm clearing the chat. I'm sorry if there's something special you want to talk for the last about 10 minutes of the stream. Mention me, and I'll try to keep up with the chat at this point. He says the buttons were $15 each, and the cones were $5 each. Yeah, the problem is that Play Choice has so many of them. I can't remember. Was it like 5 or 7 of them or something? Ah, man. That's why they took them. That's why they're gone, right? Is they can make, they can't make Centipede a Pro line with a horizontal monitor. The shoots from the Centipede photo shoot was a horizontal monitor. Is that true? Is that true? Perhaps let's let Arcade 1-Up know they could do a cabinet that features all the 2 joysticks, games like Crazy Climber, Robotron, etc. There you go, 4-player cabs into 2-player versions. And then 2-player countercades into 1-player versions. That's what I want. I was really thinking about that. Oh, look, it's Arcade Pickers. Console Kits, you buying the Tron Arcade 1-Up? No, that's a pass for me. It looks pretty. If it was a real one, you know, that would be a great find. But as you know, like the Arcade 1-Up, man, that price is really high. And then, see, I mean, in the end, it's an emulation machine, right? And if the game calls to me or it has unique controls and can kind of fill that place in my heart or in my game room, then maybe. But that one doesn't do it for me. Doesn't do it for me. Thanks for stopping by, Arcade Pickers. Corey, that was cool, man. Do you think Arcade 1UP would consider casino countercade slots, draw poker, and would that be popular? Yeah, I think so. I think so. I remember there was talks about that maybe happening. There's something about one of the investors or something like that I don't know. Like, there's some people interested, I remember overhearing in a conversation at CES or something. So at CES 2020, there's cool because we could hang out with, we would kind of hang out around and like all the investors were there. Like, I got to meet Jerry from Think Up. He's the one that runs the company that does all the CGI for their videos. He does all the designs for the arcades. Like, he designs the shape. So it's their team that probably created the wings that we all hated, but it's also their team that created, you know, Big Blue that we really enjoyed, right? So they do good things, they do bad things. So Arcade 1UP and Tastemakers, they work with, I think John at one point called it House of Brands. There's this set of companies like Code Mystics does emulation for difficult things. Think Up does all the designs. They're like a toy company that designs things. And so they really collectively work together, but then in-house they have marketing. In-house they do distribution, communication. They have John D for licensing and stuff like that. Anyway, when we were there, we overheard tons of stuff. Like, Capcom people were there, and like John's all of a sudden going like, what do you guys think about a Street Fighter countercade? And Midway people were there, and we overheard him pitch the Mortal Kombat countercade to them as they were walking. I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly. And then John's all like, you didn't hear that. Like, he knew that we overheard and came up and was like, you didn't hear that. But I don't mind talking about it now because, like, the Mortal Kombat one's out, you know. Let's see. So put in a good word is John D for a coin machine mini fridge. Oh, wow. That would be cool. I don't know if Arcade 1UP would do that, but mini fridge companies should do that, right? Like, go find a mini fridge company and plant that idea and be like, take your mini fridge and turn it into a coin machine. There's this group of people that would totally buy that. All the home arcade, or anyone that's like kind of doing a movie room, you know, or kind of recreating an arcade, I guess, would be, not a movie room. Yeah, Arcade Pickers, he's buying the real Tron. How about 4-player cabs with 2-player control decks and 2 USB ports for extra players? Yeah, that would be great. That's what I was thinking. Totally. And I was even thinking like, you know, kind of like repurposing how the countercade works. Like, could you make the countercade a little bit bigger, but it is a 1-player, not quite as big as a partycade? That would be kind of cool. Yeah, I think that would be cool. Oh man, I thought I was caught up with the chat. I'm not caught up with the chat. All right. Everyone's saying hi to each other. That's good. I built a 2-player countercade control deck for my 4-player TMNT. It really evens out the arcade. Yeah. That's pretty good. Dang it. Planting ideas now. Because I think I still need a good beat-em-up cab. No, I gotta wait. I gotta wait for a good PCB. I could build it myself, but if it has online, if it has those features, it's online with this community, that'd be cool. 2022. I'm not going to do any projects. Got to wait until 2022 products are announced. And there's probably going to be a CES announcement, an E3 announcement. I know I'm going to buy at least one cab, if not more. I got the space now in the house that I moved into. has a good amount of space for really a lot of stuff. I really love this new house that I got. I got an area for modding, for soldering, for storage, you name it. You name it. It's about the same square footage of my last house, but it's just better organized, right? It's just a range style, and the rooms, like my bedroom's a lot smaller than the last house, but like we gained that in other areas. It's nice. And so that worked out pretty good. Let's see. Can gamble and watch console kits at the same time. There you go. Vlad says Unicorn's new board is a direct plug-in with an adapter so that you can plug it into the MVSX or Arcade 1-Ups, able and play games that we haven't seen yet because our current boards can't handle them. All right. You heard it from the source. That's what he's saying. But he didn't say it was going to be, was it the game that we were talking about before? He just said other games. All right. If Arcade 1-Up comes out with a... Oh, come on. Don't... Yes. Yes. Does anyone think that's the rumored? I'd pay 1,000 for that if it was right. I would. If it was perfect. If it was 19-inch screen. Oh man, if it looked good, it was Yes. Yes. I would. Did you hear about leaks or something? I would totally get that. Is there a leak somewhere for that? Or are you just saying that? I think you're just saying that. Okay. Hold on. Question. How's your foot doing? Good. Thanks for asking about that. I've been taking Advil and Aleve back and forth. Even though I like the pain's tolerable for the inflammation. And it feels like it's slowly getting better. And then I try not to put my foot up in a weird way, believe it or not. If I put my foot up, it feels weird. It'll like pain. Anyway, whatever. Sorry, I'm talking too much about it. Okay. I think a working coin door with Arcade 1-Up tokens would be awesome. Dang it, that's good. Oh my God, that's good. Be like, look, it doesn't take quarters. It takes very specifically sized coins. Yeah. And they'd have to be like, look, you know, these are small coins that a kid could swallow, so be very careful. You know, ages 8 and up. But I like it. Oh, dude, what if you could buy collectible tokens from their website? It's like some of the tokens are like Street Fighter branded. You know, you got Capcom faces on some, Final Fight people. Dude, that's good. See, we're brainstorming now, right? You could have like Simpsons tokens. Okay. All right. That's good, right? Okay, hold on. Poll. Would you want this collectible token idea for your Arcade 1-Up working coin door? Let's see. What do you guys think? Okay, so I put out the poll. What do you guys think? The poll is, would you want this collectible token for your Arcade 1-Up working coin door? So the idea is you'd buy a Simpsons cabinet. Let's say next year or whatever, there was these new... Let's pretend it happened this year, okay? Because I don't know exactly what cabinets are coming out next year, and I might accidentally say something I shouldn't say. So let's say that this year, the Simpsons cab has a coin door, but it's a working coin door, but it comes with tokens that are like Bart, Lisa, you know, Maggie, Homer, Bart, right? and you get a handful of them. Then you buy Big Blue, and Big Blue in our made-up universe actually came with a coin door as well. But it has Ken, Ryu, it has all of these different characters, you know, from the Capcom series, right? Different tokens. And since they got the license anyway, right? They work with them. They got the avatars that are in the online. Then you get Miss Pac-Man, right? It has a coin door, and it has special coins too. That's Pac-Man. Has, you know, a Galaga, Galaxian ship, right? It has the aliens, right? Whew, that would be awesome. Oh, that would be so cool. And a 10 sign. Yeah, that would be really cool. We just created that, guys. Wait, don't tell anyone. I'll have a meeting with Think Up next week and be like, we got $1 million idea. We're going to make so much money. I just want a 1% royalty of all proceeds, right? That's what I want. That's good. Dude, that made my day right there. My foot is feeling a lot better, but I have a doctor's appointment later today. And as long as I don't stand on it for too long, it doesn't hurt. So that's good. Or put my feet up in a weird way. If Numbskull did, boy, this music is a little... Let's see if I can get going here for the end of the stream. If Numbskull did a 3/4 scale, would you think it'd be a good competition for Arcade 1-Up? Now, that's a good idea because Numbskull does this thing where they try to make their little miniature cabinets more like the real thing. That would... Everyone would be like, you know those pictures of the couple that are like, you know, he's walking with his girlfriend and then he's looking back at his other? His current girlfriend is Arcade 1-Up, and Numbskull 3/4 would be the other girl. That's what's going on right there. What comes first, Star Wars Trilogy or Daytona? I don't know either of those, but I would buy the Star Wars Trilogy over Daytona personally. Big Star Wars fan. Let's see. I'm still waiting for the rhythm-based games like DJ Hero or Rock Band or DDR. That would be dope. Quick beer. When I talk fast like that, I gotta get a little drink there. Console kits. Any recent Kohl's Cash deals? I missed out on Black Friday. If you missed out on Black Friday, then there's no really good deals going on. There is a kind of a deal. So Big Blue is now price dropped, $4.99, and that's matched at Kohl's and Best Buy. So check and see if at Best Buy, if you don't have Big Blue, I think $4.99 is a really good price. Let me tell you why. I think once I could be wrong, and I hate to say this if I'm wrong. I think that's the last cabinet we're going to get that's like that, that's at that price. If Big Blue came out now, it'd be $700. We all know that, right? But because Big Blue came out before the price hike, and I believe John D was like, no, that's my boy. Big Blue's my boy. You do not raise the price of that cabinet. We're eating it, or whatever. I think that's why it's not as expensive. And then the price hike happened after Big Blue. So if there's a wave 2 of Big Blue, it could be higher. If you don't have Big Blue, and maybe it'll be $3.99 next week, or maybe it'll be out of stock, and the next year they'll do a second wave or a completely different version of it, and it's $700 or $800. That's your risk. I'm glad that I got it. I'm currently glad that I got it at the Kohl's deal of $5.99 plus $200 off. I'm really going to be upset if all of a sudden it's just completely available for $2.99, $3.99. I don't know. I'd hate for you to... Yeah, the tokens is a great idea. All right, so we can end that. We got 56 people like it. 56% people like it. 46 don't. Maybe the 46 were like, we don't need it. The other people are like, that's a cool idea. Yeah. I think it's a cool idea. Like, if they're gonna do a working coin door, I don't even know if they are. I think we might get a working button, but active, you know, because there's that rule. Some of those licenses are like you have to pay an additional fee to someone if it's coin operated. But maybe you're like, it's not coin operated, it's plastic token operated, right? Yeah. Your kids don't get an allowance, just arcade 1-up tokens. That's good. See, I mean, you could like parcel them out, right? Like here, you can play like, oh, you want more iPad time? No, go play arcade games. Here's $10 in arcade 1-up tokens. Rainwater, I'm stealing the token idea for an arcade company I will never make. That's good. How hard would it be to do third-party the Condors with tokens, branded tokens? I'm excited now. So, I mean, there's people that do it already. I mean, really, an actual... There's websites where you can buy working coin doors, and they'll work with an arcade 1-up, because all you're doing is you're making it where when you put a quarter in, it's pressing player 1 and player 2 for you. So you just T-tap right into that same line. And so essentially on the PCB, it's checking to see if there's ground on the player 1 or player 2 pin. And there's like really simple mods. Like you could literally cut the wire and then just have it go in both directions. Like you couldn't screw it up. There's also little things called like a little T-tap where you can cut the wire, shave it, put it in here, and you can kind of Y it real easy. Anyway, yeah, so you make it where you put the coin in, and it does the same thing as pressing the button. And then what you could do is take the button away. And that's what some people have done. They replace the control deck and then make it where the wiring for the button that would normally go to the coin button is a real coin. And the coin doors are nothing, right? They're just, you're putting a quarter in or a token in, and then it's hitting a little piece of metal, and that piece of metal is just touching another piece of metal, and it's like, it's a button. It's all it is. A coin door is a button. Anyway, let's see. Tokens that John D. John D will come to your house to collect and sell you more tokens to play your own games. Yeah, there you go. Tokens that we can't use. I don't know. Nothing beats the feeling of dropping a coin or token into a cab. It's the one major feature they haven't replicated yet. The good news is that to get Star Wars Trilly, it would be pretty close. As they do the get Star Wars, it would be pretty close. Since we know Disney is really strict about their IP, Star Wars Tron Cap, right? Yeah, I mean, they've already done Tron. They've already done the Atari. I'm sure the requirements for Disney... I mean, maybe there's some things where, like, those Sega games have not been resold since it was originally released outside of the arcade space. So maybe lawyers have to talk to people and make sure that everyone that was involved in the project that has any royalties involved to those, you know, those funds could be distributed. Maybe there's a little bit of work there. Maybe that's not hard to do. Maybe it's already been done. Because that's what John D has said about the licenses. Sometimes it's complex because he'll like, there's a game that he wants to do, and there's like an estate he's dealing with. Like people that were involved in the company are no longer around. And so the ownership of the games and the rights are in this estate, and he has to like figure out and get lawyers to be like, we want to use that property, and who do we pay? You know, for the usage. Who do we negotiate with, and where do we send the check? Let's see. Tokens could be RFID. You can unlock one game each. So that's the thing. Would you want to do instead of a coin door? Would anyone ever want to do you swipe the card? Because current arcades don't use tokens anymore. You like swipe a card. I'm saying no on that one, right? Like, who wants to repeat the swipe the card? I mean, I guess it'd be kind of cool. Like, you could, like, give your kid $10 credit if you had the tool for it. You know, it's like, here's your card. Go. I don't know. I don't know if that would work. All right. Well, this was a fun little chillin' chat. Let's see. David T says the whole point of these is that they are retro. So no to the card. Yeah. Yeah. Swiper. No swiping. No swiping. Wait. What did Arcade Amy say? John D will give us 5 tokens with a machine, then pump up the price $100 and blame it on the tokens. Then he will sell us bundles of more tokens. Yeah. I can see why some people say that Arcade Amy might be Zohar. I've heard that theory. Because maybe you're two different people. You guys think similar. Maybe that's why. No on the card swipes. It's a big no. See, this just proves that the token idea is a really good idea. Because you tweak that idea and it's like, no, 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 no. So that brings us back to balance, right? The balance is back. Like, tokens good. You know, which one would you rather prefer? Do you want working tokens? Don't insult me like that. And that's exactly what Zohar would say. Exactly what he would say. In fact, if he's in the chat right now, he's going to be like, don't insult me the other way around. Now, I hope you understand, like, I'm joking, right? But at the same time, just saying. Calling someone Zohar is a low blow. Dude, but he's got like 17 identities, right? It's hard, right? Notify me when tokens are available. Yeah. All right. I would go to Arcade 1-Up. Let's see. I would go to an Arcade 1-Up arcade where you use these tokens to play. And that would mean that Arcade 1-Up owners could bring their own. A nice thank you to the loyal fan base. The problem is when you put the tokens in a machine that you don't own, how do you get them back? I don't know. It's going to be a tough one. I like the idea. Well, I think it's time, guys. We got to wrap it up, as 19K Fox would say it. I really appreciate you. In a second stream, someone asked for it. I'm not going to say no if someone says, can we have a post show? You want a post show? Let's do a post show. Let's chat. Chill and chat. Why not? Appreciate you guys hanging out. Cue the music. That means we're wrapping it up. Any last words in the chat that you want to get off your mind for me to read? That was the signal to say, let's... Hey, thanks. Bob, thanks. I hope you enjoyed it. For the fun. Talking about John D. He is in hot water after a fellow YouTuber that owned an Arcade 1-Up was insulted for no reason, is what Vlad said. I emphasize random words whenever I want. Anyway, watch this. Just you the best. Have a good night, all. Everyone to Big Blue. Let's play it. Thanks for the stream. Patrick Casey, 8-Bit Christmas was indeed fantastic. Watched it last night. Fun. Even if you called me Zohar. Thanks, Josh, for coming by. And it's donuts. He goes nuts for donuts. Yeah, man. Later, Brad. Finish the Christmas list. Cheers, all. Thank you for another great Sunday chat. 19K Fox later, bro. It was really fun hanging out with you guys tonight. KI Baby K 2022. This community is nice, right? Community's nice. Peace. Later. Thanks all for the great time. All the best support. The MVSX and Unico 2022. Vlad is going to blow your freaking mind with all the things that MVSX and Unico are going to bring to your face. Your face is going to see games you never thought of. With a PCB, you've never had so much power. It's going to be amazing. Just wait for it. It's coming. Have a great time, everyone. Mike of all trades, dude, my boy, my singing boy. This guy knows music so well. I hum a song, he's like, bam! And I watched you eat that chip today. And boy, UAG, he's just sitting there with the chip like... And you're all like, I need more milk. Moats, I thought you were the goat. You ain't no goat with the... You are a goat because you drink goat milk? I don't get it. Moat the goat. Moat, I used my free Amazon Prime sub. That's right. Drink some more milk, Moat. There you go. Eggs. All right, guys. I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.